we think
Well, this is the second part, right?
this is now the second part B. This is now the third part. I am sorry for that. Hopefully you can find your way back. Hopefully you find your way back. So I'll wait just a second. Technical difficulties. We are blaming the dogs because we think they stepped on a cord and disconnected the internet. So that, my folks, is life on the makery. So if you're out there again, please say hello, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. Welcome back, Liana. I hope we get everybody back.
I've got us on live here.
Okay.
But it's not showing it on the software. It's not showing.
Well,
So, but I'm hearing it online.
okay, so here we are. So it might not be a YouTube. I might have to retape it for YouTube. But anyway, welcome back, Patty. Sorry for the inconvenience. I hope we get everybody back because I know. Hey, Linda, I saw some new names up. So here we go again. So this was our project yesterday. And again, it's a Dollar Tree canvas board, 11 by 14. And so that cost $1. Then I took these gorgeous napkins that I got from, where did I get them from? TJ Maxx. And we Mod Podge, decoupaged border around here. We cut out the center, Mod Podge just the outside down. And then we took our club transfer and we chalked on the inside here, the Take the Long Way Home and the bicycle. So this is finished as is, but what I wanted to do is put it in this frame. Now I got this frame from a thrift store. So it was probably, I cut off the price tag. It's probably like $2.99 minus Senior Citizen Day discount. And it's all well and fine, but I can use this for something else. This is kind of one of those foam things, but I like the frame and I liked the color and I thought it would look pretty with this piece here. And then I looked at it and I thought, no, this is too pretty and this is too plain. So I'm going to attempt, I've never done this before, but I think I should be able to do it. I'm going to attempt to Mod Podge this frame to match this. So that's the second part of what we're doing today. So again, if you didn't see the video, the live video on how to do this, follow our page, Raincross Farms Makery. You're there now if you're watching this. And look back at our yesterday's video and see how we did this. And today,
Patty was asking what glue did you use?
I just used Mod Podge. I used Mod Podge. Okay.
I'm just getting caught up on this stuff.
So now I have never done the napkin, the Mod Podge napkin on a dimensional. I've always just done it on a flat surface, but I think the theory is the same. So we are going to get to it. So I'm going to take another napkin. And this pretty much just fits right here. So that's not going to work because I wanted to go down the sides. So I'm going to have to cut this in strips so that I can basically wrap it around there. So let's get started with that. And I am going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get my heat mat. Again, this has been folded up pretty well, so there's some creases in here. So I'm going to just take my little iron. This is just a little Cricut mini press, and I'm just ironing out those creases. And right now I'm using all the plies. I'm going to peel it off in a minute, but right now I'm using all the plies so I don't rip it. I'm just flattening that out. You glued a copy. You glued.
Okay.
Oh,
Vicky
yes.
from Houston says hi.
Yes, welcome back. You were one of the names I saw. I'm so glad we didn't scare you away with our
And then
technical problem.
Patty said you glued the copy on your canvas.
Yes. Well, you know, it's kind of hard to explain. you really need to see the video, and I think I tossed away the canvas. But what I did is I took this and I made a photocopy of it, and then I temporarily glued down the photocopy onto a napkin so I could remove it, and then I cut around here, napkin and all, with my paper template. And then, so I was left with just the outline, and then I Mod Podged that. But you have to see it. And so go back to that video. We would love that. Go back to that video, watch it, tell us what you think. And I'm going to, now these edges kind of have dimpling where they kind of push it together to kind of keep all the plies together. So I'm actually going to cut that off. And I'm using my rotary cutter because I could use an X-Acto knife, but I don't want to snag the napkin and chop it up. Okay, so I'm going to make sure this is wide enough. So if I do it that wide, that's plenty wide. Okay, so I'm going to just cut this into some strips. And we are going to Mod Podge them on. And honestly, we're making it up as we go.
Yes, Patty, she used temporary glue when she
Yes,
put the template down on top of the tape.
I used, that wasn't it. I used, it's repositionable. It's like a glue stick, but it's called repositionable glue stick. So it kind of makes it like a Post-it note. You know how you can stick those down, but they're not really, really stuck. You can peel it up and not cause any damage to the surface below. Again, it's something you've got to see. So please go back to see it. Okay, so I've got 4 strips. I think that's all I'll need. I have plenty more napkins if I make a mistake. And now I'm going to separate all of these plies. This napkin has 3 plies. And I
used tape to do that?
I did. I'm seeing if I can get it with my hands because
Because you have such long fingernails?
No, I have awful fingernails. Story of my life. Okay, so sometimes it comes right apart. Sometimes it doesn't. So I'll show you my hack if I can't get it. I can't get it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is like washi tape or like painter's tape. So it's not super, super sticky. But this is it's our placement tape that I sell in my shop. But you could use any type of light tacky tape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one piece on this side, one piece on this side, so both plies are stuck. And then look at that. It helps me peel off just that.
Ooh.
I just want the 1 ply. Now, if you get really fancy napkins, they might have 4 plies. So you just have to make sure you're down to 1 single ply. And then you can use this for whatever. You can blow your nose with it. You can toss it. You can clean up your mess with it. Okay, and these 2, that ply comes off really easy. This one, again, with the tape method, I just have just the corner and it peels that right off. Okay. And then if I'm very careful, I can peel this completely off of that and reuse it, or at least reuse a corner of it. Okay, so I think a lot of you have used the Mod Podge decoupage method. And a lot of you have decoupaged with napkins, right? Let me know if this is brand new to you. Some of our replay people might be brand new too. So hopefully I'm teaching you something new. Again, last one. That last ply comes off really, really easy. It's that one it's that second ply that sticks really good. Otherwise, your napkin would be a hot mess. So I've got my strips. Take off that tape. I'm done with that. Okay, now just like we did with the...
Deanna said it's brand new to her.
Oh, good. Good. Hopefully, you're gonna start buying napkins. That's just
That's
how
all
it
you
works.
need. Have to start buying napkins.
Start buying napkins. Okay.
So you said in the first one that you got these at TJ Maxx,
I got those napkins at TJ Maxx,
but
but
you get a lot of your napkins at Dollar Tree.
I can get sometime if you keep your eye out, especially in spring, they come out with really pretty floral napkins. Dollar Tree sells napkins. Hobby Lobby sells lots of napkins. You can also do this with tissue paper. And I've got some gorgeous tissue paper I got at Hobby Lobby for future projects. Craft stores, home goods stores, party supply stores. You just find a napkin that speaks to you. But be careful. Sometimes the napkins, you can't see the inside of them. And sometimes they'll have a section of it that's not printed, or the Pioneer Woman napkins are famous for this, the ones that you get at Walmart. The front and the back are gorgeous, but on the inside it's like a printed recipe, which might be fine, but if you're looking for a full-size napkin with the print all the way across, you're going to be disappointed with that. So kind of check out your napkin. I do not advocate you opening things up in the store. Woohoo! But you do what you got to do.
USA is up 5, written 2 in men's curling.
Okay, so we are going to do the same thing. We are going to apply Mod Podge to this frame. And I think it's wood. It might be press board. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to need my iron. And this time I'm going to use, this is matte Mod Podge. Last time I used gloss because it really didn't matter. But on this one, I'm going to use matte because I might have to kind of overlap. Some of the Mod Podge might show, and I think I'm gonna try the matte. Okay, this is just the 2-ounce bottle. I think I got it at Walmart. Sometimes Dollar Tree has it, but keep in mind at Walmart it's like 95 cents, 96 cents. So you could save yourself 4 pennies, especially if your Dollar Tree has gone to a $1.25 tree. Okay, enough yammering. Okay, so I'm just going to squeeze this out on
Deanna
my
said
brush.
her mom and she ran into that with the napkins.
Uh-huh.
Some from Dollar Tree for Christmas. We
Yeah.
tried projects but couldn't do it with the ones they got.
Yeah. And you can piece it together, but that's just one extra thing, and it may or may not turn out like you'd like it to. So I'm just putting a layer of, I'm not going to do the inside of this frame. I'm going to do the top, and I'm going to do the sides. And I'm putting a pretty good layer of this on. I'm making sure I get to all the edges, because I do want it to adhere to all the edges. So, pretty good layer. Not super thick, but substantial.
Patty says, I wanted to tell you I finally went over to the new Dollar Tree by me. It is $1.25 and their craft selection is not impressive.
Oh, that's no good. And you know, I have talked to people who have said, "Oh, don't worry about it going to $1.25. It's only a couple of aisles, and everything else is still $1." No, not one of mine. I am close to 2 of them, one in Washington State and one in Idaho. And the Washington State one, it is store-wide $1.25. Idaho is still $1, but then that's Idaho. That's why we moved to Idaho. Okay, so I've got that done. Now I'm going to tip this up, and I'm going to do these edges. Same thing.
Lana says she's got her up on the 65-inch screen. Robin looks great.
Uh-oh.
Gonna show
Can you
every
see
wrinkle,
can you see all my wrinkles and my pores and my
pores.
I hope not.
All I bought was $1.35.
With tax?
With
Probably
tax,
with tax.
like,
Yeah. Okay.
oh, $1.25.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you win the prize because even at $1.25, I still spent
Yes, you did.
way much. But I was buying things for the church.
Okay, whatever.
It wasn't just
Heard it all
crafting.
before.
It wasn't just crafting. It's a business expense.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what it is.
Okay, so now I'm getting to the point where
If you had more time, it would be, you just let one side dry.
yeah, and I could get out my dryer. I'm just trying not to. I may still have to touch up some edges if I'm kind of smudging them. So again, I'm just completely applying this to the surface. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't want a lot of brush strokes, but I do want to make sure I hit the edges really well.
Oh, she meant that everything she bought was $1.25. She
Oh,
got out for under $25.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a honorable mention.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think the cheapest I can remember ever getting out of hair there. Cheapest I can ever remember getting out of a Dollar Tree was like 5 something.
I've been
And I don't think it was my first Dollar Tree of the day. I think it was the pickup, the what I couldn't get at the other stores. Or I was just tired.
I'm pretty sure I've gotten out cheaper than that.
Oh, I don't know. You buy that much in their bagged candy section. Okay, so I've got all those edges. I don't want to waste this, so I'm going to scrape that back in the jar because every little fraction of an ounce counts. Okay, now I'm going to dry this. This is the game changer from your mama's wet method Mod Podge. Right? How many of you had moms who did decoupage and they did it with wet Mod Podge or wet glue? And then they were cursing because of all of the wrinkles. No wrinkles with this method.
My mama didn't curse.
That's true. Well, she did. She
She did it on her own way.
Jiminy Cricket. She had her Christian curse words. Frigger, fraggin'. Oh, that was you.
No, that was me.
That was you.
I do the Yosemite Sam.
Sam cursing.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can tell when it's dry, when it goes from shiny to dull. It doesn't take very long, unless I have it kind of thick. So hopefully this is not going to be too much floral. Is that even a possibility to have
Yes.
too much floral?
Yes, it is.
I don't know. That I just don't know about. So here we are again, watching paint dry, watching glue dry. We've got 5 people watching.
Crochet.
Crochet.
Patty said crochet.
That's what your mom did?
Oh, yeah.
Your mom's craft? My mom's craft was ceramics. Not the kind that you throw on the potter's wheel and all of that. She did the molded ceramics. So we got so much of it. That was always the gift that, we gave our teachers for Christmas and Valentine's Day with some piece of ceramics. I didn't fully appreciate it as a child. I do now. I still have a few of her pieces. She made a ceramic Christmas tree that lights up. I still have that. She made a beautiful, and again, I didn't appreciate it at the time. She made a beautiful rooster, ceramic rooster. And when my mom passed away, that's what my son wanted.
It sits on their kitchen counter to this
And
day.
if he just had it stored away, I'd have asked him for it back while I was still alive. But he's using it, so
It's on his kitchen counter.
I'm gonna let him have it.
Donna says I was that mom, but I didn't say she did. Probably because I was by Joanna.
There you go, too. Yes, that was your trade.
And Patty says, no, my mom never crafted, but grandma first did.
Okay. And my mother also, for a while, got into making those resin grapes of the 70s, and we have a set of grapes. I don't think it's on our coffee table. It hasn't made it back from Christmas, but we still have a set of her grapes.
But did she make the feather flowers?
No, she did not make feather flowers.
My mom did feather flowers. Let's see, it was just breakfast.
And my mom never met a recipe she wouldn't attempt. Is that not true?
That is true.
Sometimes often she would say, I'm not ever making this again.
It's our favorite.
Even if we liked it, I'm not ever making this again. Okay, I am noticing the mat takes longer to dry. Which is okay, because you've got nowhere better to be, right? Yes, it is neat to have that stuff.
Whatever you say.
I kind of wish I had saved more, but then along the same lines, I'm not my mom, so I have a few select pieces that are meaningful to me. That's how I got through cleaning out her house, which I'm still working on. A lot of it we just boxed up because I wasn't ready to let go of it. So we still have some of that. Not very much, though. Okay, I think this almost dry. But that's how I got through it. I saved a few choice pieces and not everything. And the rest I passed on to somebody that I hope appreciated it or was able to upcycle it.
I think we shared already. There's a place we got to dinner that we donated for dishes, for China. That's where it's what's the name of this stuff?
It was Courier and Ives.
Courier and Ives. It was a particular set, and we found a restaurant up here that uses that kind of dinnerware. So we donated it there. So we go up there for dinner or whatever, and we end up getting her plates. At least we're saying that they're hers.
Now, my mother-in-law was super crafty. I don't think she ever met a craft she didn't attempt.
Yeah, her middle name was, I'm going to decoupage that.
Okay, I think I'm going to do the short. I'm going to do the short edges first. Okay, so I am taking this. Again, I'm not going to go into here because I'm not going to cut all of those things. So I'm going to line this up right along that edge. And before I do that, I'm going to get some, what is this? Parchment paper. I'm going to get some parchment paper because that will protect my iron, and it will also protect the napkin, because if I overheat the napkin, I can change the colors, I can scorch it. I don't want to do that. So I've got that edge just lined up there. I'm going to put this down, and then I'm going to iron this, just this one edge. And what this is doing, if you haven't seen it before, it is reactivating that Mod Podge, which is basically glue. So it's reactivating the Mod Podge, and it is gluing the napkin to the surface, to anything that had been Mod Podged. Okay. So let's check it. I just have my iron on high, and I'm going to just do an edge check. It looks like it is very well applied, adhered. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it over, and do the same thing with this edge. So I just folded it over. I made sure this edge is laying down flat and snug, putting down the parchment paper, and again, just quickly ironing it to reheat that Mod Podge. Pretty cool, wouldn't you say? And I haven't completely figured out how I'm going to deal with the corners.
Notice she didn't ask me.
No, because
She
you
asked me one other time.
because you'd have an opinion, and then I'd have to say nah, and then you'd get all offended. And
I already am all offended. Don't I act like it?
okay, so let's see. How about if I wonder if I wrap it like that? Should I wrap it?
I'm not answering.
Wrap it like that. Put it down.
Cheryl says her mom was not crafty at all. It's her aunts that were very
Okay.
crafty, so she learned from them.
Well, good. Somebody's got to be crafty in your family. Okay, so I'm just going to lay that down like that. And hit that corner.
Vicky says that napkin is so pretty. Thank you.
Isn't it? I love it.
And then Alana said make hospital corners.
Yes, that's kind of what I'm doing.
That's what she's working on.
That's what I'm doing. Okay. So again, use the parchment paper. And so that is stuck to there. Now, I think what I'll do is, you know what? I'm just going to tack that right there. The only part that it's going to get is this little corner, but that's okay because I'm going to have to I'm going to have to apply some more glue there anyway, more Mod Podge there with that next layer. So I think it will get covered. So this is like wrapping a package, which
That's
again,
why-
hospital corners on a bed.
That's why you didn't ask my opinion, because you're wrapping a pack.
Okay. So what I'm going to do I could cut this off, but I'm going to use my Dollar Tree sanding sponge, and I'm just going to go straight down that edge, and it's going to sand that edge off right at the edge.
Right at the edge.
Right at the edge. Okay.
So Vicky says I can see I'm going to need a little iron.
Yes. Now this is a
Walmart iron works too.
This is a Cricut mini easy press, and I got it because I got a really good bargain on it. Home Shoppers Network was having a sale on them, and then if you had never been an HSN customer, you got an additional $20 or $30 off, and so I got it really, really cheap. But you know what else works?
You're able to show them the difference now.
Let me pull it out. Okay. This is what I used to use. I got this at Walmart. I think it's now, it used to be under $10. I think it's now more than
It's
that.
$12.
So it's just a little mini steam fast iron. So you can spend 30, 40, 50, 60 for something like this, or you can spend $12 for something like this, or just use your regular household iron. It's just, this is a little easier to manipulate on the smaller.
Did you show them the holes on the bottom?
Oh, just be careful with this if you're using it, because this is meant to be a steam iron. You don't want to use steam with this, but you also don't want to set those holes in any one place for too long, because it will embed the holes into your project. And this one does not have. This one's got goobers on it. I'm gonna have to wash that off.
So
Okay.
Cheryl says I made myself a new mask today that does not cause my glasses to fog
Oh,
up.
good. How did you do that?
And Patty says I went to Cheryl. We got the N45 mask from Rite Aid today. She doesn't like them at all. Alana says I need an excuse to turn on home. No, you don't, Alana.
No, you don't.
Ask-
you don't watch
ask
it.
Dave.
You
Ask
don't.
Dave.
You don't watch it. You wait till someone says, "Go to Home Shopping Network and get this now because it's on sale." But don't watch it. Heavens.
You were absolutely
You gotta save.
right,
You gotta
Vicky.
save your money for chalk stuff.
Vicky says 12 is a good start for a beginner, and you're absolutely
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Patty says I haven't tried them. I don't go out except to go to the doctor, so I just make a couple here and there to wear the disposable ones.
Oh, for your masks. Okay, so I got that lined up again. Iron. Just running that across the edge, reactivating the Mod Podge. I was fine everywhere when we went to Las Vegas. Let me back up the train. When we went to Las Vegas, they are pretty firm about their mask policy for the most part. If you walk into to a store without one on, they would politely ask you to put a mask on. No big deal. And I bought a really cute one. It was sparkly and glittery, and it had the sparkly glittery stuff, and it also had a fabric liner in it. Well, the only time anybody ever had, oosh, that's hot. Don't touch something that has just been freshly ironed. The only time I had problems with it is when we were on the plane to come home. And bless her heart, we had a flight attendant who was a mask Nazi. And she flipped this paper mask at me and said, "You'll need to wear this because you're not wearing a real mask." So what did I do? What do you think I did?
Well, I know
What do you think? What do you think I did? See, how well do you know Robin? What do you think she did when she
Let's see
gets?
what they say. We'll wait for responses
Yeah.
on
Oops.
that.
Okay, so I've got that down. Tell me, what did Robin do when the snooty flight attendant lady said, "You'll have to put this on because yours is not a real mask"?
Lana said I just
Flipped it
spent
right.
dollars on talk stuff today. I said, okay.
Woo-hoo.
Cheryl thinks she flipped it right back at her.
Okay. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Who else? Who else thinks?
Who else says what? Alana, I was thinking about you today because I actually just signed up another. Oh, wait a minute. Alana says I think you put the mask on because
You wanted to
you
fly
wanted to
home.
fly home.
Okay, that's an option. There,
Patty says we aren't having people commenting about having to put on a mask.
but the signs, yeah.
Back
Oh,
up.
the signs have always been up around here, but no, at least for Idaho, nobody enforces it. Not like it used to be, where at Walmart they would. Back when you had to wait in line to get in the store. You aren't on the no-fly list, are you?
Let me finish right
Okay.
saying what Patty said.
Okay.
Says we aren't having people commenting but put up the mask on. Signs are coming back up. When we went to the hospital for my father-in-law, they gave me a different mask also because she said I couldn't wear a cloth mask. In a hospital, I can understand. You got sticky in there. Vicky says you wore it over the paper one. That would be a good choice too. Sylvia says, hi Sylvia.
Oh, Sylvia might know me.
says, pulled it off to prove it was real. And Patty says, you aren't on the no-fly list, are you?
No, I'm not.
And Carol says, my son flew to Louisiana today with a cloth mask. He didn't have any problems at all. That was me the whole time.
Yeah, Bill was wearing one of those gaiters but I think she was she was jealous. That's what it was.
That's
She
what
was
she was
jealous of my sparkly mask. Okay, do we have enough
think we have enough.
comments? Okay, tell him what I did. Tell them what I did. Are you ashamed of me? Are you
Not
proud
at
of
all.
me?
My wife sucked it up and said,
I did.
okay.
And I didn't even say okay. I just
She just took it and put it on. And then when we go to take off, she knows that this lady is sitting down and she can't do it. So she pulls it down. And then when she pulls it back up.
During takeoff and landing, when I knew she couldn't get out of her little chair to come and accost me, I took it completely off.
That's my rebel wife right there.
But no, I am not a I am a rule follower, but I was not looking forward to having federal air marshals escort me off the plane. So I complied. But in my mind, I knew my mask is just as...
In my mind, I was standing up.
In my mind, yeah. Inside, I was standing up.
So, Alana, I was thinking about you. I actually signed up. I'm going to be running another Financial Peace University on the 13th of March. I'm going to start it up here. You too, Sylvia. My goodness, Sylvia, you don't know how much I miss you. Sylvia always used to do my child care for us, her and Lee.
Okay, so, yap. Time to craft.
Wow, excuse me.
No, I'm doing a new thing. Okay, so now I'm going to do the long side, and I'm just going to make sure I'm not going to do overlap. I'm just going to line that up, and I'll overlap that little edge when I get to it. So again, if I can kind of take the warmth of my hands and reactivate enough of that glue that it kind of holds it in place. Oh, you know what I do have to do? It's not going to stick there. Oh. So I'm going to get my brush back out. I'm going to dry it off. Okay, so these little corners it won't stick on because it is now napkin and not Mod Podge. So I'm going to put just a touch of Mod Podge, and this is probably going to
We're going to need to dry it.
Wrinkle up. Yep. That is probably going to wrinkle up the napkin. But that's okay because I'm going to put another layer of napkin over the top. So I'm just redoing that edge. Get that for now. So just that edge.
So we're going to be able to do a face-to-face Financial Peace University here, but I think I'm going to run a virtual one too. Anybody that's interested in that, I know of 2 people that are watching right now that have gone through it and know that it's changed their lives. And anybody else interested, hit me up and I'll give you a link and let you join in with us. But that starts on March 13th, once a week for 9 weeks.
Changed our life.
Lana, why don't you call me before you call Tim? We'll talk it over first.
Okay, so I've got my corners redone. Aren't you glad I didn't try to do all of this yesterday? We'd have been on for
Another hour
and a half. Okay, so I'm just going to dry up this little Mod Podge edges. I'm just kicking stuff.
I was thinking that noise I'd be getting yelled at.
Well.
I think what you're doing there is going to be good, and I like the idea of not doing the inside of the frame. I think that'll break up as somebody looks at it from the angle. It'll break up the monotony and
The monotony.
the monotony of the
It'll give you a visual rest. I make things up as I go.
No, that is not.
There's visual noise
A visual,
and there's visual rest.
visual rest is what you get when you have a margin. That's what a margin is. Visual rest.
See, I know what I'm talking about.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so I've got that part dried. So now I have something to attach here. So again, I'm going to line this up, and you know what? I'm going to
what?
I'm gonna do it.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna do it.
Tell me
I'm
about
gonna
it.
trim this before I
don't
lay
know.
it down.
Are you good enough?
Oh, I'm good enough.
Look at you.
So I don't have to do anything once I lay it down.
I don't want to say anything, but
But
that's what I would have had you do. She shakes her head. You guys missed that. She made the face at me, and it wasn't on the screen.
okay.
She made the face.
Okay, so I've got this laid down, and I'm gonna get my iron. Press, press, press. Make sure I hit the edges. Now I can feel this wood is not completely flat. It's kind of bowed here and there. So I'm just kind of wiggling the iron around so I get all the edges fully adhered. All the way to the edge. There we go. Don't touch. Hot, hot, hot.
Don't touch that. That's hot.
Hot. Don't touch it. It's hot. Okay, and then I'll lay this down.
Would
Smooth
you
it
call
out.
me Mr. Funny?
Mr. Funny. Okay,
Oh my goodness! Now I've got a new name, Mr. Funny.
Mr. Funny Man. You've been Mr. Funny Man. Okay, so did you see our post about how we give Daisy her pills? I am going to gain 10 pounds before Daisy is done taking her pills. She is a very smart dog, and she knows what she likes and what she doesn't like, and she doesn't like taking her pills. So we tried and this has worked in the past. We put them inside shove them inside a hot dog, or we wrap them up in cheese or a string cheese. And in the past, she has, I think it depends on how much how much odor the pill has. Well, these are apparently very odorous pills that she has to take, 4 of them twice a day. And so she has been spitting out the hot dog. What kind of a dog spits out hot dog? Daisy does. So she spits out the hot dog, or she spits out the cheese. So then we resorted to just the shove it down her throat method, which was not pleasant for anyone. We didn't want to keep doing that. And somehow, I don't know what made him think of it, Bill had baked a little cake.
A little cake.
A little 9 by 13 cake for us. Well, he took a piece of cake and shoved her pill inside this piece of cake. Daisy loves cake. Daisy loves cake so much she'll eat it pill and all. So we are going on 3 days of cake success. Okay, got that lined up.
So we are
But
making the cake.
the problem is that no one eats alone in our house. That apparently is our, we get food and we have 4 sets of brown eyes staring at us. No one eats alone. And
2 sets of brown eyes.
two sets, 4 brown eyes. Cat, not so much. So if Daisy gets cake, well, then Duke has to have a piece of cake. And then Dad has to have a piece of cake. And Mom has to have a piece of cake. And then the cake yells at us in between pills. So Bill has been pretty much baking a cake every day.
It's not a big one. It was a new one I ran into with the making angel food and a can of pie filling. That's all. Just angel food cake and a pie filling. and you put it in for about 35 minutes. We found out it has to go a little bit longer than you think because of the pie filling, but you mix it up, put it in the greased pan, and 35 minutes later, you got it. And I can't help but wonder if that's not why she can't smell it as much, because you know how a angel food cake has a little different.
It's a very sweet smell, and it's kind of got an acidic taste to it, because I think there's vinegar or something.
Lana's laughing. Make a keto cake. Yeah.
Make a keto cake. Yeah. So we're all eating cake, and she's got another, 3 weeks to go or more. I don't know.
Tallulah Bell said, what did she say? She was Marie Antoinette.
Oh, let them eat cake. Yeah.
Posted the picture of a poodle and with a high wig on. That was funny.
So again, I've got that both sides pressed down. I'm going to take my sanding block, and just go straight down, and that will cut off that edge so I don't have to do it with scissors or anything else. And I have a lovely matching frame. Okay, what do you think? Pretty, 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 all on its own, right?
I think the real test is when you're going to put the picture.
Okay, so let's put the picture in the back. So here I have it. Now, the only sad thing about this is it is meant for hanging portrait, but that is screwed in. So I can unscrew it and move it. Okay, so I'm going to do it this way so you can't see it. And then we will do the big reveal. Are you ready?
It says you're right, 10 pounds.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Woo! It looks like they were made for each other. That almost even looks like a tray. Anyway, there we have it. So what do you think?
Turn it like this, you can see the inside edges.
Yeah, you can see
it up a little bit.
Yeah, there's your visual rest.
Yeah. You don't have to turn it upside down.
I could have done the napkin completely around it, but I didn't on purpose.
I like to break up.
So now keep in mind, this is paper. This is napkin. So it's not going to do well if it gets any moisture. So you're not going to take it outside. What I think you could do, if you went over it with Mod Podge to keep it waterproof, it's going to all bubble up, because it did right on these little corners where it kind of all bubbles up. So you don't want to do that. But I think if you take a clear spray paint, if you wanted to give it a little extra protection against moisture, little edges coming up, so I'm going to.
Diana says it's beautiful. And Alana says it's elegant. And Vicky says it's beautiful.
So if you wanted to give it a little extra protection against the elements, I would do some really light coats of clear spray paint to protect it, if you feel like you need to do that. So I think that's all adhered down really well. So wherever there was Mod Podge and heat, it reactivated. So that is the project tonight. I know I do like that, just a little bit. I saw somebody do one similar to this, and they had actually chalked flowers on it, and I thought, well, nothing can beat how pretty this napkin is. So I did the napkin method. Now, let's have the commercial. Don't leave. Don't leave. Okay, so this transfer here is gorgeous, but not everybody can get it. Even if I wanted to sell it to you, I couldn't, because it is an exclusive transfer only for our club members and our designers. This is part of our club program, which is a monthly DIY subscription program. So you could sign up for it for $19.99 a month. You would get one of these 8.5 by 11 transfers, and you'd get 3 packets of paste. And again, I put them, oh, here's one. So you would get 3 packets of paste. This is just a single packet. You get 3 packets of coordinating paste. So you have everything you need for a project except for a surface to chalk it on. And that gets shipped to your house free every month for the $19.99. Beyond that, they have some other perks. If you're interested, we could talk about it. But the month of February is awesome. They have an offer for every new person who signs up for club. You will be gifted a 5-pack of retired transfers. It's a mystery assortment of previous year's club transfers. So they're keeping club transfers exclusive even after they've gone out of date. They're keeping them exclusive, and they're only getting them into the hands of club members and designers. So if you sign up in February, just this month, you get not only this month's transfer, you also get 5 free a mystery selection of the past transfers. So that's an awesome deal. However, if you saw my post on the VIP page, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that's an awesome deal. The bad news is so many people took advantage so far. And what is this, the 10th? So this is like a third of the way through the month. They have sold out of these. They've had so many new club members that they sold out of this transfer. But don't worry, they have ordered more, but because of supply chain issues, they probably won't be able to get them to you until April. But you will absolutely get it. It's just going to take a little while. Now you might say, well, then I'll just wait till next month. Well, next month, that's a great idea too. Let me show you. This is next month's transfer, a copy of it. This is just paper. This is next month's club transfer for March. So it's got the adorable little barn, the home sweet home, farm fresh, simply blessed. So this is next month's. But if you wait until next month to sign up, you're not going to get the 5 free transfers. So it's unfortunate, but it'll take you a little extra time to get this transfer in your hand, but you will still get the 5 free mystery transfers if you sign up in February. And I can't, because this is my business page, I can't tell you all the details, but you can go to my VIP page and you can read that post and see. Personally, they didn't do it on purpose. Absolutely, the company did not do it on purpose. They're doing everything they can to mitigate the problem. But because I realize that's an inconvenience, no, you don't get this for a month or two, I have a way to kind of soften the blow, so to speak. So I have a special offer in my VIP group for anybody who signs up, and any of my club members who place an order of any size this month. I have a little special deal for you. So if you're interested in club, type in club in the comments. My bot will send you a link to the club page. If you have any specific questions, message me. And I'd be happy to tell you about what I'm offering brand new club members as kind of I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Here, let me offer you something special. But anyway, that's club. It's a great deal. I'd love to have 10 new members this month. So hopefully you will be one of them. So think about it. Ask me if you have any questions about it. Most of you some of you are already club members. But anyway, I think that's it. So again, like or love our page, hit that heart button for our video. Follow our page if you haven't already so you get notifications. Go back and see the video where we made this so you can see how that was done, and share us out to your friends and your groups, and we would certainly appreciate that. And we will be back on again tomorrow night with another fun project, and you'll just have to stay tuned and see what that is. So I'm gonna do this little posing thing so I have a pretty picture that I can put on the front.
You're so cute.
Okay, that ought to catch it. Okay, so thanks for sticking with us. Again, contact me if you need anything, if you need to place an order, if you can't figure out the website. Look at that pinned comment. There's a place you can go to shop the catalog. Club info is on your page. Depending on what you're looking for, I'll reach out to you after the video to see if you have some questions. But the club info is on our page, but I'm not sure you'd be able to find it. I'm surprised because you typed club. I'm surprised it didn't send you a message, but if it doesn't, I will follow up with you right after this and see if I can help you out or answer any questions for you. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for, we didn't do any chalking tonight, but that's all right. I'm not all about chalk. I'm about techniques and ideas and inspiration. So our motto is, what is it? Do something creative every day. So there's still some of today left. If you haven't done something creative, go do something creative today. And we are glad you spent an hour or so with us. So thanks a lot. We'll see you tomorrow, and bye-bye.